We're going to talk about the brass shortage, which is something that I did not realize was going on. I mean, I realized I did some videos on the reloading component shortages, mostly powder and primers, because if I can't get the correct powder or primers, there's no need in going forward. I didn't realize brass was in short supply. I didn't know how bad it was. And how it all came about is a subscriber and more or less a friend of mine called me on the phone and said, hey, I got this trapdoor 5070. You got any 5070 brass? You know, and I said, I don't know, let me look, can't you find it? And he goes, no, I can't find it online. I said, all right, let me see what I got. And come to find out, I never really did accumulate a lot of 5070 brass, even though it was available. Okay, I never had like a 500 piece box or 1,000 pieces of it. So I had less than 50 on hand, you know, like 45, 46. And I remember that when I had an accumulation of it, I did load some ammo for some people. So that's where my brass went. And I didn't realize I had so few pieces. So he goes, look, I got this gun, I want to shoot it, but so, you know, I got him half of the brass. So I said, let me look. And I went and looked around and come to find out there's a shortage of not only 5070, a lot of the cowboy action, and I remember years ago, 3040 Craig. I had a couple rifles, I wanted to load some ammo for it and test out some bullets. You could not find the brass anywhere, and I had a bunch of brass. Some of it was laying around for 30 years. I remember another subscriber, oh, can you help me out? And I sold him all this brass, you know, about 80 pieces of it, because it was sitting there forever. And I didn't realize that the stuff was going used once fired for like $3 a case on Gunbroker. So I went looking around for the 5070, and then you know, a couple weeks transpired, and the guy called me back and goes, is there something else we can modify to make 5070? Because it's non-existent. And I said, but the only other thing is 5090, and just cut it back would be a perfect match. And it's sold out. And so I started thinking, what else is not there? I remember I did look for some 7.7 jab, and it was sold out. But then again, the restock should be coming in a few months from PPU, so we should see it. But this led me to say, okay, well, let me see what's going on with Starline. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to Starline's website here, and I'll explain to you. You got all the different calibers. We'll look at both rifle and pistol. Okay, a brown means you can back order and you'll be put on a list. Green means it's in stock, and if you order it, they'll ship it to you. And red, the little red dot, means no back orders, and they have no idea when they'll be producing this brass again. And I have seen this once before, a few years ago. So let's take a look. I don't know if you can see this, but you could go to Starline yourself and look this up. So we go here. This is in rifle calibers. 223, 223 basic brown, Valkyrie, 224 Valkyries available, 260 Remingtons available. Everything else down here is in the brown, which includes 30 carbine, 300 blackout, 30-06, 30-30. 32 Winchester Special, red. 3220, which Cowboy Action, red. 338 Federal, red. Brown for most of the others, 375 and 358. 350 Legend. 348 Winchester, all brown. 3855 there's a short and a long. They're both brown. I remember when I needed some long brass, it was red for over a year and a half. 4065 red, 44 Marlin brown, 4440, another cowboy action, red. 45 Raptor brown, 45 Bushmaster green, 45 100 brown, 4570 government is red, meaning they're not going to make this anytime soon. Going through this, 4590 is brown, 5-in-1 blank brass is green, 50 Alaskan brown, 5.56 by 45 is brown. Automax, whatever, is green. Okay, now into the 50s. 5100 Winchester brass, brown. That means you can back order it. 5070 government, red. 56 Spencer is brown, and 5090 Sharps, which you can trim down to 5070, which is kind of a waste of time and money, but is brown. Creedmoor brown, Grendel brown, 6.8 basic green, 6.8 SPC brown, 6mm ARC red. These here are all brown, and the rest are brown. So, as you see, the cowboy action stuff. Now we'll go to pistol brass. Pistol brass, a little bit stranger. 380 is available. 3840 is brown. 41 special red. 41 Colt brown. And we'll look at 30 Lugers available. I'll go with what's available. 32 short, 32 H&R mag is available. 32 Smith & Wesson long available. 3220 red. And the rest of these are brown, meaning you can back order. 357 is green. 38 Colt long is brown, 38 Smith & Wesson is green, 38 Colt short is green, 38 special, 38 super, all green, 380 green, 40 Smith & Wesson green, okay, 41 mag is green, but like I said, 41 special, the 44 Colt, 44 Magnum, 44 Auto Mag and Amp Brown. 44 Russian is green, which is a cowboy action. 44 Special. 4440 red. Okay, 45 Auto is green. 45 Auto Rim is a back order. 45 Colt is green. But there's this 45 Cowboy Special Brass. I'm not quite sure what that is. Red. Gap, and 45 Schofield. Surprisingly, the 9s, 9x21, 9x23, the only one is the Steyr. 9mm Mac is green, the Steyr is brown, the Largo is green. The French long is brown, 7.62 Tokarev brown. The 50s are all brown, except 50 Action and Express. 455 Webley brown. So as you see, there is a shortage of this. And he said something about an auction on the gun broker. Now there was an auction. Starline Brass 5070. Okay. And 50 cases brand new in the box went for $326 plus the $15 shipping divided by 50 means this gentleman paid $6.82 for 50 pieces of brand new, never fired 5070 brass. Okay, which I believe, let's say roughly, this stuff is, if you buy 1,000 pieces, it's like, say, $1.50. I don't think it's more than $2. Any of these are basically $1.50, say. I don't know last time I bought them. So yeah, $6 and 80 some cents a case. Okay. And when Starline puts that red dot on there, there's no back orders, and they have no idea when they'll start making them. It's kind of like whenever they get it. And I've seen a lot of rifle cases, and the brown ones are you can back order, but at a time when it was brown like that, I would put an order in, and I guess they go how many orders they get. I put a back order in. They don't charge my credit card, but they keep it on file. And I agree to pay for it. And then I've seen it 6, 8 months. And then they send me an email, hey, we're getting the brass ready. We'll get it out to you. You know, they tell you. And they said, now we're going to charge your credit card. So I didn't know that there was a shortage of brass. So even if you're lucky enough to find primers, that isn't astronomical, or gunpowder, the type of gunpowder you need, now you go, hey, great, man, I got my primers, I got my gunpowder. Now I can't get brass. And I mean, to pay $6.85 for something that's $1.50, I mean, that's what it is. I mean, obviously the guy bid on it. He wanted it bad enough. So, I don't know, guys. It seems like it's never going to end. Just another phase of this reloading component crisis. I have no idea if it's ever going to get better. I think we're going to have to just hold on and see how this election year turns out, because it could go from bad to worse. And with the economy being as bad as it is, it's anybody's guess. All right, so I just wanted to get that out, keep you guys informed on what's going on. So hit the like button, subscribe, and stay tuned.